All right, continuing on with our Civil War in El Salvador game. And where we left off was my guerrilla attacks taking his airfield here uh, at. Oh, let's get down to it. There you go. Next to Lake. Oh, I'm not even going to attempt that one. Even with my glasses, let me see here. Oh, Isle Pango? Maybe it wasn't that bad. Maybe it wasn't that bad. But we moved our insurgency units into that air base and damaged it. Now, I think the air base itself is just going to be removed. We got a damage marker on here. He is evacuated. He had a UH utility helicopter, and he moved him to here. That's another base where he has a Cobra helicopter, attack helicopter. The only unit he had at that Air Group 2, which is non-existent no more, was a C-47, and he evacuated him too. So they were able to do that and evacuate them. But we have taken over the air base and made him evacuate his air units. So it was definitely a successful turn. I think it's about the end of my turn, and I need to get this vlog back to him. Tip of the cap to my buddy. It gets into working season, and to be honest with you, a lot of these play-by-mail games and stuff that you do with friends, the reason I really like them is if, number one, you don't have to get in a hurry. You know, it's nice to have, maybe if you have a little bit of free time. I have a lot of free time in the winter, but in the summer, my free time's a little, comes down to just a few minutes. But, just to decompress, and, sit down here and just maybe take it easy for a while. Yeah. And believe me, the way life is. Whew. So, tip of the cap to my buddy for waiting, for being patient. If you want to have a bang bang, exchange and turns every hour, every day, I'm not the person to play with this time of year. So this is really nice. Like I said, I want to hurry up and get these moves off to him and let him enjoy, having some strategies. He don't know what to do yet because he hasn't got my vlog, but I'm going to wrap up my turn here real quick and send it off to him. I was really happy with the communist turn. Right now, I think the score is still tied, but I will get some victory points for holding these towns, ports. I don't think we'll get anything for the airfield being damaged. If I hold certain towns and ports, destroy CIA units, or destroy a Salvadoran ground unit. So that's what we have to do to get victory points. So in our battles here, we didn't destroy them. It looks like we just had them retreat. So I'd have to look back at the video, at the vlog. But so far, that is it. He has evacuated his forces from the captured airfield. We will move on now to second insurgency disbandment phase for the communist player. I don't know if there's anybody I want to disband. I really don't want him nailing my units, so it might be a good idea to disband maybe these single units that are by themselves. Get them out of the way, so I think I might do maybe a disbandment here for this unit here. Now the next turn will be a clear weather turn, which means, let me take you over here. Aerial counterinsurgency by the Allied players allowed on these turns without the gray markers. The gray blocks indicate low cloud cover. No aerial counterinsurgency is able to be launched, and that means that my insurgency units can pretty well be placed there for free. Now, I think at the beginning of the game we were rolling for weather, but we haven't done that in a while, so we're just going to say it's clear weather days. And these are the days that they have low cloud cover. We should have kept that weather roll going now, but we've forgot about that, or nobody's done it. I guess I'm the first player, and I should have done it, and I haven't. He hasn't said anything, so we will leave that option rule out. Like I said, second, I don't think maybe I should disband him before he gets destroyed. He's only a one. Yeah, I think I will try to disband him. We'll be right back. Let me see here. If you want to look at how we do this, you pull out the old communist player chart from this victory game from 1980s, I believe. And you go in the insurgency table, and my insurgency unit is in a clear terrain, which is a negative. It's hard to get away and melt into the environment when it's when it's a desert. Not that it's a desert, but just to be extreme. All right, so let me see here. Command table. So you placed R disbanded. Okay, so it's a clear terrain. Modifiers. That is a FMLN unit. I don't know if that's his home country or not, but he might get a modifier. I need to roll a 5 or a 6. If I only roll a 5, it will cost me another insurgency point, which will be 2 total. Or if I get a 6, I just suspend 1. So I need a 5 or a 6 to disband that unit. Oh, let me find out if it's his home country or not. We'll be right back. Alright, then home countries for insurgency units. FMLN. Anywhere in El Salvador and in any forest hex in Honduras. There you go. So he gets a -1 for his placement attempt in either city, town, outside insurgency units of the country. +1 for, that's what I'll get, placement for a disbandment attempt in insurgency units home country. So El Salvador is considered home country. We will get a +1 modifier. I'll show you what the die roll was here in a second. Alright, well, the insurgency unit rolled a 1. So no chance for disbandment out in that clear terrain. What I could be doing was a good die roll. It's all about luck. Grand strategies and everything aside, it is all about a little bit of luck, and the communists are having none. Next, we are going on to the helicopter transport phase. Let me see if there's anything I want to do here. I do have a transport helicopter ready to go with a paradrop unit, but we'll see. Let me look at the board and find out what I want to do. We'll be right back. Alright, well, the Air Group 2 marker was underneath my rule book here, so we will keep that Air Group 2 marker there. Just don't have nobody in it, and it has been damaged, so its capacity has been reduced. And I don't know, but there might be a chance. I'm sure there's a chance to repair it or whatever, but here's the unit that did it, and he failed his disbandment attempt, so he will have to stay there. I told him I was going to try to disband him because he is a what I called a low-hanging victory point fruit. We'll see if he takes advantage. I would if I was him, but you never know. We're on the helicopter transport phase. We'll be right back. All right, well, I would like to transport a couple of these units into this town we just took. Whoa. All right, sorry about that. A little phone call interruption. But I did want to move these troops over here, maybe to this town, and get some victory points for it, because as is now, I won't get no victory points for that town. But he's got an early warning electronics warfare units here with the CIA, and as soon as I lift off, there'll be chance for an interception, and I don't feel like losing a couple good units, so we have to stay there. So there will be no helicopter transport phase, and we will go to the return to base phase, which we will take our helicopter here, our choppers, our Hind-D gunships. I want to base them back here at our main spot. They won't be able to do any good because all their movements will be done, but I just want to rebase them there in a little trench area. It's a stronghold, and I don't think they'll be able to take it. If they do, then I lose my helicopter gunship. But he can't go across this border. He can only get a couple units in here, and he's got to attack everything around him, and this is across the river and everything else, so we got a really good spot. Other than that, that is it. We'll move on to the reinforcement phase. There'll be none of that, and it is now time for the Allied ground phase. Let me get this all punched up on the Vassal mod and send it off to my opponent. When we come back, we'll see what the El Salvadoran player's options are, or what his moves will be. He is in the blue, and if you don't take some of these spots that I've taken, at the end of the turn, I'm going to gain me a bunch of victory points. I'm at 10 now. I think I'm looking at maybe 4 or 5 or maybe 6 of a 16 to 10 lead. So we'll see how it turns out. We'll be back. All right, my bad. I guess I didn't see it on the board, but after return to base phase is a demolitions phase, and I am adjacent to another airfield. It's a contested air facility because my units are there, but Air Group 1 has a bunch of air units. We look under, and I think unlike the guerrilla attack method, the demolition method, I think if I roll a 6, there might be a chance I damage that air group, that air base. We'll be right back. All right, well, one of the criterias for being able to do demolitions that you don't move, reorganize, or anything like that, and you can see with all those units turned sideways that they've all moved. so I will not be able to do any demolitions. Huh. Alright, well that'll be it, I guess. We'll move the marker on up, and that will be the end of my turn. We'll call that a video. Be back, it'll be the El Salvadoran player's turn. Alright, then here we are. And like I said, the object of this scenario is nothing but the accumulation of victory points. And the allied player gets that for each communist trench eliminated. He gets 3. He's already eliminated 1 over here earlier in the game, but there's 1 more left, and that's my main spot right there. For every FSLN destroyed unit, he gets 2 victory points. Huh. And each time another communist unit is destroyed, he gets 1 victory point. So he mainly wants to destroy communist units, which shouldn't be that hard with all the assets he's got, and take my trenches. Here's the big trench, big supply area right here. But on my turn, I just need to hold towns. Bigger towns, notable towns, capitals are more victory points, ports, and eliminating ground units. So the score is 10-10 right now, but it'll go up after his turn because I got a bunch of towns here that I get victory points for. So we will see. We are on turn number 6, and waiting for my opponent's turns. There you go. You can see this unit here has been reduced, so he'll probably want to rebuild these units. He's got artillery there, but there's the outlook. I was able to swoop on through the western part of the country, come on down here to the coast and swoop on in. How long I can hold on to all that remains to be seen, because like I said, he definitely has the assets. He should be starting to eliminate a lot of these units, but we'll see what he does. We'll be back with more War in El Salvador for Victory Games, Central America. Alright, one more note on the rules before I call it a video. I attempted to disband this unit here, but disbandments are prohibited in hexes with an airfield. Luckily that disbandment failed, and it won't have no impact on the game. But just to be noted, I cannot attempt disbandments in hexes with cities, airfields, and other terrain features I'll have to look up. But yeah, I just noticed that, and now we're calling that a video. We'll be back.